Hi everyone, my name is Randall Johnson. I am the owner of RJ.DESIGN.MEDIA LLC. And today we're going to go over photo editing in Lightroom and Photoshop. If you have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment down below. I'm looking forward for your response. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and no further ado, follow me. In this Lightroom tutorial, we are going to take a beautiful portrait just like this one and give it a polished professional finish. I will guide you step by step through enhancing skin tone, balancing the light, and making the image pop. Let's dive in. Let's begin in the develop panel. The photo is slightly overexposed, particularly in the background. Start by clicking the auto button to allow Lightroom to make an automatic adjustment to the tone and color. Now that the photo is correct, let's focus on the subject. We want the model to stand out a bit more. Click on the mask tool and choose Select Subject to create a new mask. Rename this mask layer to something like Model for easy references. Then adjust the exposure, contrast, and black sliders slightly to brighten the model and give her more depth and presence in the frame. Then I'm going to slightly darken the background. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new mask. This time I'm going to select background. And I'm going to rename the layer background. And I'm going to go to highlights and slide that down to -100 and slightly go to the exposure slider and knock that down slightly as well. So I put on -36 because I want the subject to be the main focus. Next, we're going to soften up the model's skin. To create a soft, natural skin finish, go to the masking panel and create another mask. Use Search People to select the model, and in the option, uncheck Entire Person. We only want to focus on the skin. Select Facial Skin and Body Skin, then click Create a Mask. Rename this mask to Soft Skin. I'm going to zoom in. Now stroll down to the Effects section and set texture to around -20 and clarity to about -15. This smooths the skin while keeping the details intact. When you're done, toggle the mask off to see the difference. If you want her eyes to be more pop, we're going to create a new mask and we're going to hit Select People. Uncheck Entire Person and we're going to select these two. And we're going to name this Eyes. And we're going to go to whites and slightly move it up just a notch. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing, toggle to hide and unhide it. Now her eyes is more pop. Once you're happy with the Lightroom edits, Right click the image and choose Edit in Adobe Photoshop to move into the next phase for our portrait retouching. So I'm going to zoom back. I'm going to right click it, Edit in Photoshop 2005. Now that we're in Photoshop, I'll show you how to professional retouch your portrait. We aiming for a clean, natural finish. Start by duplicating your background layer using Command J for Mac or Control J for Windows. So I'm going over here to hit Command J. Then I'm going to choose the Remove tool from the toolbar. Use the Remove tool gently to eliminate small blemishes, straight hairs, or distraction around the face, especially near the nose, forehead, and chin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Remove tool, which is located right here, and I'm going to select this. So I'm going to edit her photos, so I'll be right back. Then I'm going to use the patch tool. To minimize the facial wrinkles, I'm going to use the patch tool. I'm going to draw around the wrinkle and drag it to a clean skin area to blend in naturally. Use this tool to maintain skin texture while reducing distraction. So I'm going to go to the patch tool, which is right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this area and I'm going to move it over. And I'm going to hit Select D to deselect it. As you can see, it removed the wrinkles from her nose. So I'm going to try it up here. So I don't like how I used the patch tool for her forehead, so I'm going to use another method to remove the wrinkles from her forehead. The next step, I'm going to use the Generation AI. Let's refine the forehead and the mouth area by using Photoshop Generation Fill. I'm going to use the lasso tool to outline the area around the forehead and her mouth. The Generation Fill dialog box will appear. You don't need to add anything to the dialog box. It's optional. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the lasso tool right here, and I'm going to draw around this area for AI to do. And I'm going to hit Generation Fill, and I'm going to hit Generate it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to different options and see which ones fit the best to match her forehead skin. So it's out of 2 or 3. I'm gonna go with 2. And then I'm gonna do another one on this area. I'm gonna hit Generation Fill. and then I'm going to hit generate. This I'm going to choose 3. And before you go any further, I like to hit Command S or Control S to save. I like to make sure that my work is saved. And once it's saved, I'm going to use the Generation AI again to, to work under her eyes. So I'm going to draw from this area. I'm going to zoom out. So I think 1 is the closest. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to her mouth next. And before I do that, I'm going to click on the original layer so the generated AI can get that from the original photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this part so AI can match it up for me. So I'm going to choose 3 because I like the way it's matching up with her lips. So I'm going to choose option 3. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom out to make sure that everything is good. I like to double check my work. So this area right here is bothering me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have AI to smooth out this part as well. So I'm gonna stick with 3. If you see this in the way with your photo, I'm just gonna move this out the way by dragging it. Okay, I like option 3 because it matches your skin tone. Finalize the image. Let's add some color gradient. So what I'm going to do before I add some color gradient, I'm going to flatten this image. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold down the shift key and I'm going to hit Command E or Control E to merge it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save as, and I'm going to put on Photoshop document, and I'm just going to name it model final. So after we save our files, now we can go do some color gradient. So what I'm going to do, go to adjustment layers and choose the gradient amount. So I'm gonna go here to create a new layer, and I'm going to go to gradient amount. And what I'm going to click on the gradient preview and select legacy gradients and photography toning. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to scroll down to legacy gradients. And I'm going to go to photography grading. And I'm going to choose a gradient that matches the model skin tone. I'm going to choose this. And by the way, the legacy gradient is a hidden preset from Photoshop. Since I already had the legacy gradient already on my computer, I just went to the legacy gradient in Photoshop, and I'll probably do a video on that to find it in Photoshop. So it's very good. I like the preset. I like the color gradient. It make your photo look vibrant and it look more professional. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this and I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to set the blend mode right here to soft light, and I'm going to knock it down to 50%. And I'm going to click in and out. As you can see the difference of it. If you don't like 50%, we can do 30%. I'm going to stick with 30% because I don't want it to be too much. So I'm gonna zoom out. You see how I make your picture look professional and more clean. So I'm going to stick with the 30%. Once you're happy with the look, we're going to save and rename your file in your preference location. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. And I'm going to export it as a PNG. And I'm going to go to my preferred location. I'm going to create a new folder called Final. And I'm going to hit save. This is the before and after. A polished natural portrait that retains the subject original look. Perfect for professional use and showcase in your portfolio website. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. And have a blessed day.